Hi all, welcome to another Chess24 Banter Blitz. It's a special New Year's edition. It's going to be New Year's later for me here in the UK. Happy New Year to you when it comes. Let's just check. Hi all. Oh, let's mute over there. I just want to check my recording level for a moment, just to make sure. Okay. Alright, let's take the first challenge. Oh, by the way, yeah, this is the, just to emphasize, 15% off with the Kingscrusher voucher code, as you can see here, on this scene template. So Kingscrusher, yeah, 15% off if you want to go premium and challenge me or other people on these shows, these types of show. Okay, I'm going to change now the scene and take the first challenge. Cat Weasel. Hi there. Okay. I'm going to play this Fromm's gambit against the birds. So quite aggressive stuff. I'm threatening rook h2 potentially. Right, so that's defended against. Not maybe bishop g3 was the main thing. So I've seen this position before. Here this might be a mistake because it interrupts g3. I'm hoping it's a mistake anyway. Also, I can just put pressure, I think, on the e file here. Why don't I just... oh, there's knight d2 there. Okay. So rook h2, bishop g3 is interesting. I'm losing my bishop after. I am kind of losing the bishop after. If I played this first, maybe that's better, just to pin that pawn to e3. I'm just thinking to play this after this, because now this is not happening. So I think if I play this now, can I not grab a couple of pawns here? Okay, I'm hoping I grab a couple of pawns. This is a tactic to watch out for if you play the bird's opening and you have to play against the Fromm's gambit. So with that pawn pinned, alright, no. It's got a point. Maybe bishop f4. And if bishop e4, I think maybe takes and then take here. Oh, it's check. Oh. Oh, crikey. It's getting a bit complicated. I could be losing a piece. And maybe I've lost the piece. It's not really what I had in mind, to be honest. G takes and then bishop takes for f4. Is this still a little bit dangerous? Maybe I've been over ambitious. Let's see though. This pawn might be. Pawns might come to the rescue here. I hope. Will they? I think f5 might be the best bet for a moment to threaten at least something. Bishop takes an f4. Keep the pawns together. It might even take on f5 now. Oh, I'm just playing this. g3 for g2. I'm hoping... Oh, there's rook e1 as well. Alright, g2. If rook e1, g2... this is doubtful. This is quite doubtful, isn't it? Let's see. Rook e1, g2 though, for a moment. Or if I could take in g2 here. Oh, the knight moves. I'm just getting material down then. G2 immediately. It just takes. Oh no! I'm getting material at queen e4, knight g, and then it's queen g2. Maybe it's going to be queening his pawn soon if I'm not careful. Oh, I think this might be safest. This pawn is like really. We're going to be winning here. I think I'd rather have this ending. Oh, this is trouble now. If I could at least get this pawn to have... Yeah. I've got into some... it was tempting, I thought, this rook h2 business. Now I'm going to have to revisit this whole stuff. Oh. Okay. I don't want to be in a losing ending, particularly with that pawn. I've got to take this pawn. I'm in a losing ending after that. That's bad news. Yeah. Let's get into this pin for a moment. Well, this check might be more promising. And then try and get my king aggressive about... Well, I think, yeah. Try and get the king aggressive. Can I plunge into her? He stops that with... okay, doesn't stop it yet. Am I getting into some sort of mating net? I think my last hope is to get the king up into the position for a bit of counterplay, in inverted commas. A4 might be... Oh right, yeah, for king c1 would be interesting. Maybe a4 and then king c1. I think I persuade him not to take my pawn there. So that was one good thing. Oh, okay, that ties down the rook for a moment. Can I go the other way, actually? Or not? Okay, what am I mainly concerned about? C6? Is the concern C6? Could be c6. All right. Is he defending b2 again? Yeah. Can I go for c5 and c4? Ah. Got a pass pawn here. Okay, it's not nice to play a piece down, I must admit. I really thought that was a good idea at the time, Rook H2. Oh, need to revisit that. It's supposed to be a common sort of tactic. Well, in my Blitz, I'm usually okay when playing that sort of tactic, but yeah, crikey. Okay, b5, b4 would give me bishop a6. Okay, so maybe b3, and actually I can take bishop b2, rook b1, and I'll be losing another piece in this game with two pieces hanging. But maybe just take for a moment and then knight e5 to c4. So knight c4 coming up. Knight b2 is going to be a way of losing a piece. So takes, and then queen d4. b3 then for a moment. Oh, knight c4 here might actually be handy now because of this interruption of the diagonal. Alright. Okay. Put some pressure on d5 then. Now, would he let me exchange off the bishop here? Because that's weakening the king a little. Maybe it takes. He could win a pawn, but he's weakening his king. He could win this pawn. Let's see. Alright, I'll take here then. These squares should be a little bit tactically opportunity. An opportunity. Right, so e5 and queen b7. Actually, does this do anything? e5 and queen b7 does it actually do anything? Yeah. E5 and queen b7. I can't see anything else to do. Knight f5 check. Aha. So if I play h6 first, I've also got to watch out for other things like rook a7 here. Now e5 is more possible here, I hope, without knight f5. Oh, hang on. I've just noticed something. There's knight d2 and queen b7 together. That's dangerous on f3. Knight d2 and queen b7. That would be very good. But I've got to be concerned about rook a7. At some point. Maybe not. I mean, it depends where this knight goes, actually. Knight e2, knight d2. The rook moves queen b7 or queen c6. I'm going to hold my rank. Mind you, queen c6 here looks good. Queen g3. Hold the rank with queen b7 against rook a7. So that queen g3, knight d2. That looks as though, I mean, what is he going to do? Sack the exchange? Okay, I'll go with this pin. So knight d2 next on queen g3. Rook a7 is plausible. Just lose the exchange to be able to play knight takes. Yeah. However, rook f4. I can double the rooks here. I mean, queen takes and rook takes. If king g2, rook b1, it looks kind of crushing. I'll do it for fun. So I'm threatening rook f2. Also, queen g2, rook c1. Although, have I got this wrong? It's possible. Thanks, commutator. Kramnik student. I'll play maybe d4. So Catalan. He wouldn't give up that. These squares would be too weak after. Calm at the moment. Maybe knight e1 to d3. Well, I don't know what the bishop's doing on b4 here. Necessarily. Knight d3, what is it going back? e4 after. Although e4 takes. How good is... What am I doing there? Is there a point to that? Maybe there is. With the queen on the e file, later rook e1. It could be interesting with the queen on the e7 here to play e4, I think. So bishop d6, e4. Okay, that's a nuisance. Getting rid of my bishop. Could I lock this one down, like Alpha Zero did in its match against Stockfish? Lock down the bishop. Maybe I can play c5 here tactically. Just want to lock this down. So takes, knight d5. I just want to lock down this bishop. Knight a4. Okay, I can go knight b. Yeah, knight f4, maybe g5. Or there's creating weaknesses there. Knight h3. This looks plausible. Knight f4. Okay. And can I? Okay, I'll fix these pawns for a moment. Well, I've just weakened d3. Can I hit a5? Yeah. a5 is a little bit of a downside. What do you play? He's not going to really give up the light square bishop. Does he? Maybe he does. Okay, my queen is awkward. Queen d4, maybe. Knight e5 looks like a pain, but my knight's on d3 for a moment. I might just stop the use of g5. If I stop g5 for a moment. If I take this guy, undermines the pawn chain. It's 2 pawns, but I know my pawns are fragmented. This bishop h3, is that useful? Do I need something more concrete here? There's rook f1, there's knight g4 after. If I stop the knight g4 business for a moment in advance, I'll be able to play rook f1 on the rooks doubling. Actually, yeah, I'm just wondering. Oh, g5 is really on the cards. There's knight e2 to d4. I think I'll wait for that. Knight e2 to d4. g4 bishop g2. This is using the h file. What's the threat here? Alright, can I play knight d4? Alright, I have to protect. Although there was knight f5. Maybe bishop f5 is good to hit e4 and g4. Alright, knight f5 to bring the king back. Try and bring the king, or win e4. Let's just win e4 here. Would he get onto the h file that easily? Let's just keep the support for the f5 knight. Right, so knight e2 is also a concern. Well, knight d4 check wins the knight, doesn't it? Now there's knight f5 or knight e6. Knight f5. There's always king f6 on either. I could play knight e6 here. On king f6 there's rook f2. So that queen's pinned. Let's check now. Alright, thanks for the game, coming soon. Shelling Ford. Okay. Again, maybe Catalan territory is interesting. Mind you, I don't like him hanging onto a pawn. If he wants to go with a6 and take that pawn. This could be okay. Well, I mean, maybe I've had this before against him at some point. I mean, it looks okay for a moment. I've got a prospect for this G file or E4 tactically for F7. Maybe E4 tactically. Well, I'll just support D4 for E4. Okay, that's not happening then. I thought he might pick on that. Knight G4 though. What about this? Is there any... Oh, he could have... He's trying to win E3. Sorry, is that why he's weakening this diagonal? I was trying to win E3. Okay, so maybe in that respect, Knight G4 is a good move. I'm going to try and make sure I don't lose too much. Knight D5 is on here because the knight's hanging. So that looks good. Loose pieces lead to disasters as a general rule. F6 was weakening the diagonal, so I was kind of asking for it to start off with. But adding a loose piece to the ingredients is making things worse. Okay, so Knight C3. Anything more tactical? I mean Knight C3. That's quite an important centre pawn to grab. Nice central knight here. F5, Knight G5. Is f5 worth it? Knight g5. I might be bishop e6 first. What about just d5 here? Let's try to open up this diagonal without bishop e6. Tactically, I think I like. It looks crazy about the G file. King h1, rook g1, something like knight h6 later. I have to clear away these two pieces. That's a long way off. Knight e7 a check here immediately seems to win the rook. Knight e7 and queen takes f7. I just want to check this out. Knight e7, king h8, queen f. I think it's just winning a rook. Right, there's rook d5 here to start off with. My queen does appear trapped, but there's queen g8. No, he just takes. All right, rook d5 looks like a resource for queen h5 after. If that was a devious trap. On queen d5. Hang on, let's think about this. Queen d5. Queen takes f8. Do I end that material up? Okay, anything else that springs to mind here? b4? What about just simply b4? How many squares has that queen got? What about just b4? b4 looks simple, actually. Why am I complicating things? His queen's holding his knight. So just a4 here? Oh, there's queen f1. There's queen f1. Okay, got it. Okay, I can win more material with this and this. Okay. Oh, there's even knight e5 or knight h6. What about knight h6? That's a mate net there. Knight h6 or knight e5. Knight e5 interrupts h5. So bishop f7, knight f7 is mate. This looks interesting. Bishop f7, knight f7. Threatening queen h5. Queen e5, queen f8, then takes. Now g6, maybe knight g6. Just take all the pawns. And let's think about this. g6. No, queen e6, then knight f7. Alright, I just take here, I think. Get the rooks off. Bishop b7 also on the cards. Getting the rook off is usually a good idea. Bishop c6 to interrupt e8. Right, so e8's threatened now. Alright, let's hold f5 for knight g6. Let's hold g5. There's no stalemate trick, is there? He's got king h7. Thanks. Okay. That was a nice tactic. I thought knight e5. Oh, blimey. Yeah, I thought it was all over. I thought he was just losing his rook. I didn't see my queen was trapped. That was interesting as a trap. There's something fundamentally suspect about weakening the diagonal and having the loose piece, though. I mean, yeah. Okay. So Catalan doing well today. Let's weaken f4. Let's hope to weaken f4. Put this rook back. Job done. Without a loose piece on a7. If I go f5 here, or h6 first. Classic plan is queen d7, bishop h3, maybe knight f4 after. Right, knight f4 here looks tempting. Well, that might not be. Maybe it's better to play queen g4 with the threat of knight f4. It's probably a safer bet. And I'm hitting f3 immediately. Now we can f3 by playing knight h3 to exchange off this defensive knight. Rook f2 at some point for knight g3. When the knight moves away from g3, rook f2, knight g3. Okay, rook d5 looks interesting. Oh, it's check. If he takes back, it's check. Okay, if it wasn't, it would have been. What about rook f7 then on knight c5? Right, so threatening rook f2 at least. Or knight g3 here for rook f1. Looks crushing. Well, I don't know, is this knight hanging after rook f2? Is it hanging? Maybe it's simpler, just rook f6 here. Rook f6. Alright, then rook f4 then. Queen g2, rook g4. Thanks for the game, PHC. Fenneman. Berlin. Yeah, I'll protect this. If I go for d5 here, is that silly? I hope it's not entirely daft. Knight a5 could be good to try and grab this bishop and put pressure on e4. If I go here, I'm pinning that. Well, not really pinning that pawn. This bishop's on the queen. Does he end up losing the centre pawn though? If on d takes, queen takes, rook takes, I take, and then I sort of, okay. Okay, what's going on here? Some tactical stuff or not? This idea of bishop g5, bishop f6, queen g4 is interesting. How would I parry that? Maybe I can just offer the exchange. I can take here bishop g5 and then offer the exchange somehow. How? I don't want bishop f6 particularly. Oh, there's king h8. He could get a queen on h5. I don't like it looks dangerous. Maybe just knight d5, queen d3. d2 here immediately for a moment. Rook e2. Then there's knight g4. This could be an interesting way. I don't think he'd do this to give his rook. Rook e2, knight g4, rook d2. There's bishop f2 there. If rook f2, there's queen d1. There's bishops on d1. Let's have a look at rook e2 again. It blocks the queen from h5. So maybe king h8 here, and rook d2 is possible, or is it? Yeah. Oh. Okay. I don't like what he's done here so far. To me, is my king in danger as well? I don't want to lose f7. So on rook d8, I don't think I could take here because his queen moves. Alright, it's interesting what happens here. Okay, bishop takes and then queen g4. Rook g8. Okay. Going back to parry this knight being the double pawns. Okay, I feel a bit let off there. Maybe I should protect f7. I'll protect f7. Okay, the double pawns here without the queen on the board doesn't seem as dangerous. Okay, it's still got pressure. Rook d7, bishop c8. You can play bishop e6. Can I improve that? Rook d7, what about bishop e6? Bishop b6. Bishop b6 here. Okay, what do these knights do? Okay, do I have time for this? Am I going to get mated? Takes, the knight moves in to h6. Oh, crikey. If I take and then rook d8, there's a back row issue. So can I just kick this and not worry about bishop e6? So takes bishop d7, rook d8 for rook d1. Oh, there's bishop g4. Okay, there's bishop g4. No, there isn't. That's a hallucination. There's a knight on e6. So no, there isn't. Bishop e6, bishop d7, bishop d7, rook d8. There's bishop g4. Yeah. However, my king seemed unsafe there. There's knight f4 here. The b4 felt just, oh no. What about bishop e6 then? Just trying to get rid of this knight on f5. So if we took, just to get rid of this knight on f5, lurking over the position all the time. And, yeah. If I played rook b8 here, try and, well, open up that bishop. Can I just go for f2? Just offer a pawn here. I've only got 30 seconds, just realised. I want to take this knight. That was knight f4. Thanks, that was tough. That was really tough. I hated my position for a large percentage of the game. Thanks. That was horrible. It was a brilliant dynamic game there, to a large extent, by white. Is okay. Okay, what's good against the king's engine? This might be interesting. Maybe ED. Just to try and minimize counterplay. Right. Try and discourage bishop f5. If I took that off, is it really bad if I take that off? Maybe I haven't got much here. Rook b3 to b6. I don't know if is that pointless? Alright, it's giving me an A pawn to play with. I'll play b3 here. Alright, so queen d3 for a moment. If I go bishop f4, is that one down? Oh, he's going to treble. Right. Okay, I'll go there in advance. Maybe queen g3, yeah. If I had the chance for queen g3. Yeah, maybe I could have played it just then. Queen g3, bishop f8. Right, queen g3 around here. Maybe f3 and rook e1 just to grab this e file. Well, I'm weakening some of my squares a bit. This is queen invade. Well, it deprives e4 anyway, which hits the rook. It gives me rook e1, which I think I should try and pin that bishop of his with rook e8 for bishop d6. There's queen b2 here. That's a pain. Okay, I can still go for that pin, potentially. Or not. Well, rook b3, rook a6, queen b3, I can pin, queen c4, bishop d6. So let's see. So, get the queen out of here. It's a nuisance. Go. Go away. go back for the rook e8 business. So rook b3, rook b3, rook e8 for bishop d6. Okay, I can protect like this for a moment. Maybe rook double for rook e8 or something. Alright. Okay, can I swap b for a pawn with a view of rook a8? So rook b3, rook b3, rook b3, rook a5, rook a8. I'm hoping his d6 is a problem. Still. Bishop d6. King g7, maybe queen g5, queen h6. Anything more subtle than queen g5? Maybe I don't need anything more subtle than queen g5. It looks a little bit dangerous now for black. So queen h6, I get that nice pin. Bishop g5, if checked, there's f4. So can I not do this? Oh, there's queen g7. Alright, I'll play for bishop f6. So rook c4, bishop f6. Or bishop h6. There's two threats. Bishop f6 and bishop h6. It's good my king's a bit cozy here. I like the pin. I like having the pin. Pin and win. Yeah, these two big threats. There's no immediate. Check. He hasn't got an immediate. Check. Bishop f6 handles also. Okay. Let's just do this for a moment. Now queen h6. There's no immediate check. He can play for rook b1, but I'm going to checkmate him. So I can't see an immediate check on queen h6. Oh, thanks for the game, Simba. Okay. On M. Well, this is one of my favourite lines. Hack attack. Nakamura line. Sacrifice the knight on c3 here. So was it Foxwoods Open? Nakamura beat this GM with this kind of sacrifice of the knight. It hasn't been accepted here. Can I not just take and then knight g5? It looks very dangerous after queen g4. I can't resist it. That's the thing. That's the problem. I can't resist it. I can't calculate it to the end either. I can't calculate the branches either. But there could be things like bishop h6. So king h8, queen g4 threatens queen h4. Now let's say bishop h6, queen h4, king g7. I think I've got f5. That's a good point. He's got knight h5 now. I guess bishop g4 needs to still be material up. I might have overcooked this. Overcooked. Pardon me. Yeah, I got a bit of a cold. Yeah, typical. Sorry. Sorry. Maybe I should do this away from camera. Oh dear. Oh dear. Sorry. Let's go with bishop g4, queen g4, DC. Knight e6, queen moves, queen g6. Okay, this could. Okay, let's see. So queen h6, mate, is threatened. I can grab a couple of pawns. Well, no, when I say a couple of pawns, I mean this position with knight d5. Now e6, knight f6 takes threatening g7. Right. I'll get more troops in. Castle queenside, rook g1. Or bishop e6, queen g8 springs to mind here. Okay, also, actually, queen h7. If queen g7, f8 takes queen h7, this looks good. Queen h7, threat, difficult to parry. f8, queen h7. Thanks for the game. Okay. Wagnussen. Oh, hang on. Yeah, Wagnussen. Make sure all challenges are premium challenges here. Yeah. Okay, I've been playing Slav a bit recently. It's reliable, like a Volkswagen car, I imagine. No, I haven't actually owned a Volkswagen. I hear Volkswagen is reliable. I think it's good to be able to lock down all risk taking sometimes and play like boring IMs, etc. on occasion. Okay, so let's see. There is risk here. though. Yeah. Although I don't know, this h4 is a little bit suspect. My intuition is telling me why we can. Well, it might be justified. I have seen that in some games. Yeah, maybe it's not so bad. Okay. Knight e4? Is knight e4 plausible? I'm just thinking, I'd like to encourage f3 or this trade, I suppose, to weaken those squares a bit. f3 weakens this diagonal, of course, but bishop e4, yeah, I do have a slightly vulnerable pawn on e4. Job done there. Pawns don't go backwards. Okay, d4 is weak here. Weaker. Well, this has got a mobile pawn center. And your knight e5 is interesting to consider for a moment. Maybe I should consider knight e5. I'll play it. Alright, I think I'll take this. His pawns look a bit of a wreck now. So let's say check and then bishop e6. He's got double pawns there. The pawns look a little bit of a wreck. Is that such a big deal? Well, for a moment, bishop e6. Someone b2 here, and also queen f2 for g3. So b2, okay. Then let's say queen f3. I take rook c2, rook c1, rook c8. It might be worth doing that simplification because I'm controlling that c file here. All right. All right, these two pawns are attacked now. It does look like a wreck. I think the position, I think the centre pawn might be preferred here to h4. Rook on the 7th. a1 needs to be protected at the moment. If I just go for... I'll play this with a view of rook c3, knowing that bishop's holding f7 here. Well, the queen's attacked. Alright, fades to the game into the game. Okay. Jan Torrent. Okay, Jan Torrent. Sicilian. And oh boy, sorry. Knight d7, queen c7, knight d7, queen c7, b6, bishop b7, sort of hedgehoggy. Some of the breaks are on e5 here. I'm hoping this is good, not just for central pressure, but to his king later. So bishop b7. Rook c8. Okay, bishop e7 to start off with. Rook c8, knight c5, or rook e8, bishop f8. Rook c8 for knight c5. Tactically, let's say e5. I think I can just take that. The knight's holding b7. Alright, I think a timely d5 here now to parry that flank attack. It gives my knight e4, so that's why it's a bit timely, because I don't want my knight going back necessarily. I'm going to try and be a nuisance on this diagonal. Okay, so the rooks are not committed anywhere yet. I'm wondering, if I weaken c3 and knight c5 to e4 again. In the meantime, it's going to take a while for construct a mating net, I think. So that weakens e4 a bit. Well, there is f takes, queen takes. Right, so how dangerous is this? I could be losing a piece in some lines. Maybe bishop c5. It looks a little bit dangerous, but surely he's constrained a bit here in this position. An ideal scenario, g6, and he comes over to h6 for him. But even in that ideal scenario, if I'd moved my rook, then there's bishop f8. Alright, this is very different now. maybe rook d8 or rook e8. Can I defend f7 with rook a7? Bishop a8, so I can play queen e5. Imagine this queen's on f2, he's on my f7. Rook e7, I guess, is plausible. Right, tactically here. Queen e5, bishop f4, there's e3 check. I'll go with that. Maybe queen g7 coming up. Bishop h6, queen g6, rook f6. Alright, rook h6 is dangerous. Bishop e7 here. Play bishop e7 here. Unless he's got a queen sack I've missed. I haven't got king g7. It's getting dangerous. Well, there's queen g7 or rook h6. Okay, there's queen g7 or rook h6. And what else is he threatening? What else is threatened? Can I just play rook c8 here and see what is threatened? Because I can't see what I can't see it. I can't see it. Maybe g5. No. Any bishop move that's a check, and then queen e4. Alright, now what's wrong with this? Right, I can see rook g5 is interesting. And if I played f6 here, I mean bishop h6, queen g6. I'll open up this, I think. I think queen e4 or just f5. Queen e4 is a real nuisance because queen h3, queen h1 is mating. Now he hasn't got immediate check here, so I'm hitting the queen as well. So I'm thinking queen e4 to threaten queen g2. I think it's a real nuisance. Queen e4. That's queen h1. Alright, thanks. Yeah, it's dangerous. Thanks, Jan Torrent. Strummel. I'm going to play this very dull line against the King's Engine again. Bishop e2 and bishop e3. A favourite of Kramnik, I think. I could spice things up. Yeah. G5, H4, H5. Wow. Really? I thought I'd discourage that with my battery here. I'm going to grab that pawn, yeah. Although I'm giving a bit of play here, I see. But on the other hand, if I'm not losing that bishop, then can I get this d5 square for my knight just before b4 happens? I think I want knight ge2, rook g1 at some point. Or I could even, yeah, try and castle queenside. Maybe it's worth stopping knight d4 even as a pawn sack with knight ge2. So knight c6, maybe the right move order is knight ge2 rather than castling knight d4. I don't want to open up this bishop. He's got that semi-open file as well. I'll take that here. Well, he's deprived my e2 square. I'm wondering if bishop g2 is better though for knight ge2, because this knight's poor thing creature in this position after bishop e2. Yeah, I'll go with this to allow this knight ge2. Alright, knight b4 to d3 would be fun. I think I've got to stop that. I'm hoping rook g1, I can look forward to this pin on that bishop. Around about soon, well, soon. Or not. Maybe bishop d4. Almost rook g4, knight g4, create 6, except knight takes h6. But I think I'll work on that. Bishop d4 threatens something, surely. Right, it's on h2 here. If I castle queenside, does something horrible happen? Maybe bishop d4, not committing the king just yet. Maybe queen g5. Now he's committed to that. Castling queenside seems safer with that queen there. Then there's bishop e4 potentially for rook h1. Actually, isn't there immediately bishop f6 for rook g4? And if bishop e2, this bishop takes g7 check. Oh, he's resigned here. Oh, thanks. Okay. Oh, bishop takes f2. I see. I see. Okay, thanks. Alex. I'll be boring. Slav, boring risk lockdown system. Okay, against the Catalan. I think I can play this for a moment. Maybe a5 and bishop a6 to try and sort out this problem bishop. b5, maybe. Try and encourage c5 to lock down the centre. I think I might be able to take that. Yeah. It's I'm wondering about this. It's sort of weakening this diagonal a little bit. Weakening c5 control a bit. Blunting the bishop. Maybe that justifies it. If I took here and then d4, he takes and then c5. This d4, this pawn sack, has it got anything going for it? The thing is, he's got these double pawns there. Okay, I didn't expect that because I've got a pin now with rook c8. Didn't quite expect that. So bishop c4 here. I can't see how I'm losing a pawn necessarily. Knight c5 here. Actually, on queen c2, yeah, on queen c2, do I be greedy? I could be greedy with bishop a2. It is another pawn. Although rook a1, I'm starting to be in trouble, am I? Well, there's knight b3 hitting the queen. I'm wondering if I can do that. Maybe, let's say bishop moves. There's other options here, like knight d3. Maybe knight d3 is better. Knight d3 is already on f2. It's a nice central knight. Yeah, I'm liking knight d3 a bit. Queen c3, maybe bishop b4, queen d4, bishop c5 on f2. If he plays knight c4 dc, I can't see an immediate punishment for me there. Also, in this position, if the rook moves, maybe queen b6 is plausible on f2. It hits b2 and f2 here. Stops bishop d4 as well. Yeah, I think this looks good. Hitting b2 and f2. With bishop c5 potential coming up, bishop c5. Okay. Still on b2 and f2. Oh, his queen's protecting there now. The thing is, there's bishop c5 pinning the queen, potentially. Unless he's got bishop d4. So probably bishop c5 first. Yeah, knight f2, queen f2, bishop c5, there's bishop d4. I'll play bishop c5 first. Yeah. Can I weaken his dark squares a bit? This. Okay, let's. Okay, let's discourage bishop d3, queen d3, bishop f2, winning the queen. Alright, didn't see that one. He isn't looking at f7. Okay, queen d4 here. Is there some idea of f7 or h7 or both? g6, if queen f3, knight e5. So g6 looks plausible. So knight e5 just avoid being mated. If queen f6, maybe queen e4. Okay, so knight e5 here. What's the threat? I can't see it. I'm going to take this guy. Well, there's knight f3. King moves. Okay, I'll safeguard f7, I think. Right, so I'll go in with this check now. Alright, yeah, thanks. Oh, I've had a lucky week this week. I thought I was going to get murdered, actually, with my cold. I thought you were all going to beat me today. How weird. Okay, thanks. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and have a good new year when it comes. Alright, yeah, 1 fun, 10 boring, if you want to quickly vote there on the chat. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, it's see you in 2018 next time. 2018. All right. Thanks so much. Cheers.